Every time we say it, it's a different number, and I can't remember any of them. We've gone beyond that 30-second rule.
I know. It could be anything.
Okay, so we'll start the technical analysis, and the technical analysis is not me, it's BNUTZ that does these technical analysis, because I found some very high-level technical analysis bots that I incorporated some of the programming into him, so he's got some pretty good chops when it comes to this. And the support levels that we're looking at right now, which I put up here, is 81,000 Canadian, about 109,000 Canadian, and this has been strong. Like, this base has been strong. It'll stay at this 81,000 level for, like, as long as it stays above that, we've got no issues. If it goes below that, that's where the problems start happening. So this demand base has been tested multiple times, and it's always rebounded back to there. As soon as it gets close to that, it rebounds back. So that's one of the ones to watch, that 81,000 and 78,000 USD. That 78,000 is a psychological post. It's a previous all-time high. So sometimes what they'll do is the previous all-time highs will create a psychological barrier for people, especially people that trade every day. So that is one of them. That's the 78,000. And let's see, the resistance levels. So for us to go higher, for it to start doing better, that's where we're at over here. It's got to hit a little higher yet. It's got to get up to about, I want to make sure it's got the same numbers as I do here, because the AI is nasty for doing that to me sometimes. Okay, yeah, it's exact same numbers. So the resistance levels, 85.5, and we're right at, what did we say, about 83,000 right now? 84. So 85.5, there's our first resistance. If it can push past that, it's going to keep going, because that's a testing point where it starts testing that number. And if it hits that, starts getting close to that, watch for some movement. Now, if it goes past the 85.5 and hits 88, that's where it should tank. It should go back down after that, because that one there is a historical rejection number. Like, when the traders are trading, and I mean, when I say traders, I'm not just talking like people like us that are out there trading. I'm talking these huge, companies that are doing this and putting huge amounts in there. When they start hitting that, that's a historical rejection area. So it's going to happen that they're going to take their profits then, and they don't care, because it's just about profit, and they're moving huge amounts. So it makes a big difference, and it starts creating fluctuations in the market. And now when we hit that 91.7, 123,000 Canadian, watch out, because that's when the lid's going to blow off completely. And right now, some of the indicators are looking, well, RSI is neutral. It's at about 52. If it gets around 55, 60, that's when it's going to start taking off again. And the MACD has been flattening. So it's still a little bearish, but it's looking like it's going to come out of that over the next little while. Oh, actually, he said that right here. The moving average convergence divergence is bullish, but it's flattening. Yeah, absolutely. You're getting a crisp. Yeah,
that's right. The red one out.
You're not gonna get my car, man. Okay. So some of the stuff that we're going to cover with the headlines is in here, but I do have some stuff which I don't think I can show you yet. It's kind of weird. I got this kind of mixed up here. Okay, I did. Well, I'm on major headlines, but we're going to look at some of the charts just a little bit later. I created a couple of charts showing some of this stuff and showing where things are going to happen. But this is, oh no, that's not it. I'm getting too far ahead. Okay, this is where we're going to, the major headlines since December 2024. So, Trump unleashes crypto in America. So, he changed some of the rules. Is everybody familiar with some of the rules that Trump has changed about crypto? Like the IRS rules on DeFi, that was a huge one. Like, they were literally going after DeFi. They were trying to make it that every single company that was doing DeFi had to register as a broker. And there are literally thousands of projects out there that are completely decentralized, like that you send and they exchange it for you through the DeFi sector. And he changed all that. But that's why there's quite a few people that are asking for clemency right now that were running DeFi exchanges. What was the name of that guy? Reggie Middleton, right? Wasn't he one of them? That he's going to get clemency now through Trump, Veritasium, because he was doing some stuff with gold, and quite a few others now too. He also launched the Bitcoin. The strategic Bitcoin reserve, and they locked away 200,000 Bitcoin that they had left over. They dumped like a crazy amount of Bitcoin. It's sad the amount of Bitcoin that US dumped prior to this, but at least Trump stepped in. They took their 200,000 that they had left over and they've locked it into a strategic reserve, and he's written it into law now, so that's kind of cool. 200,000.
They're going for $1 million.
They're going to try and get $1 million, yeah. And I mean, all they have to do is bust enough people, they'll get their $1 million easy, right? Because a lot of that came from Silk Road.
5 years.
Yeah, they should be able to bust enough people in 5
They're
years.
thinking of using cheese.
Who?
One of the things that came up on how they're going to be getting Bitcoin for the American Reserve is they have cheese and like 100.
Cheese as in cheese that you eat, you
Yeah.
mean?
They
Okay.
have a reserve of that.
Okay. I know US has a reserve of a lot of weird
They have
stuff.
104 trillion tons of cheese.
104 trillion tons of cheese?
Yeah.
Doesn't it go bad?
What?
Doesn't stay that long in my fridge.
So one of the things is they want to sell off cheese
Want to sell off cheese
to buy Bitcoin.
to buy Bitcoin? Now that sounds smart. It won't go bad.
That is so dumb.
But then I guess some cheese, the older it is, the stinkier it is, the more valuable it is, right? So, okay. So he also appointed a new pro-crypto guy, Paul Atkins, the chair of the SEC, and they put some pretty stringent rules into the SEC and told them not to go after crypto. One of the things is, of course, they're dropping their case with XRP and a few other things. So maybe the SEC won't be so overreaching anymore, and maybe they'll allow some growth in this sector. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Let's see. Oh yeah. The European Union. So they rolled out some crypto legislation, and it's a market in crypto asset framework. So they're trying to basically compete with the US. Trump said that, hey, you know, we're going to be pro-crypto, so the European Union is now going pro-crypto. It's just the movement in general that's a really good thing. It's these countries, the largest countries in the world now, starting to look at crypto as something serious and something that we've got to be doing, or we're going to get left behind. And if Trump did nothing else for us, he did that. So that's a really good thing. And El Salvador, holy crap. See, I've got El Salvador as owning 6,000 Bitcoin. Can anybody check that for me and make sure that's correct? But 6,000 Bitcoin El Salvador has. They've now paid off some of their debt, and they've gone against the, what is it called? The IMF is...
Oh, yay, International Monetary Fund.
International Monetary Fund. They've gone against the IMF. The IMF told them they couldn't buy any more crypto. And at one point, they were actually saying they weren't going to, but then they went ahead and bought some anyways. So that was cool, and I really liked that. And I don't know if anybody saw that recent meeting with Berkey and President Trump, but that was actually pretty good. What'd you find out?
6,089 Bitcoin as of February 20th.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, a small country that was in debt and crime-ridden now has cash and a crime-free country. That's a huge change. Safest country in the world now. Yeah.
Yeah, they locked up all the criminals.
Yep. They created a
Isn't that why they're
state.
taking the American ones too?
They created such a big prison. They can take attendant. What would they call that? Attendance. Trump's sending criminals there now too,
Yes,
so
that's what I've
they got a deal. All right,
It's cheaper.
$6,000 a year. That's what they charge.
and of course,
2% of Bitcoin's total supply is in government holding.
2.2%. Well, that's a lot.
That's as of July of last year.
2% as of last year. I guess a lot more probably by now. Yeah, I would think. So Texas, we love Texas. That's where we were prior to Arizona. And Texas now is looking to purchase Bitcoin reserves for the state, as are several other states in the United States as well. So, you know, the snowball is starting. It's just at the top of the hill yet, but the snowball is starting. And they're going to start rolling down the hill. And more states, I mean, some of these states are like, you know, people get confused. States are kind of like countries. And if they decide that they want to buy Bitcoin as a reserve for their state, some of them are extremely wealthy. And that alone could start that snowball rolling even faster. Texas is a good one because, you know, Texas goes big. Okay, so altcoin market crash. I wonder if I've got some of this stuff further on. This is what we're gonna, that's the major headlines, but no, that's the market outlook. I'm ahead of that still. Okay, so let's see now. Market crash, yeah. It's kind of frightening what happened with altcoins. We've got a 41% plunge in altcoins over this last little while. And Bitcoin didn't do that bad. I mean, it went down as well, but the altcoins going down at 41%. Went from 1.6 trillion to 950 billion. It's just a huge drop in the altcoin market. And it's just the beginning of the warning. This is why I keep harping to everyone about Bitcoin and to stick with Bitcoin right now. I mean, there still will be opportunities. And if you're that guy that can pick that racehorse when we go to the races, you know, let me know, because it's hard to do with cryptos. So if you don't want to get into that kind of a gambling kind of situation, just dollar cost average into Bitcoin and you got nothing to worry about. Most of that loss, funny enough, came from speculative meme tokens and over leveraged positions. So if people are familiar with what leveraging is, you take, say, $100 and they give you $1,000. So if you take $100,000, you can now put a position in pretending like you have $1 million. And if it's altcoins, that gets dumped, and then of course the market reacts and it starts tanking the altcoins. And that's what caused a lot of this to happen. Anybody heard of the HAWK token? HAWK. HAWK 2. You know, did anybody hear about that one?
Oh, I know all about that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God.
Public consumption.
No. Well, that's that woman
Yeah.
that created this. It's a social media thing. If you want to check out what it's about, go go on YouTube and search for HAWK 2, and you'll get the information you need on that. But the thing that I'm talking about here, and this is part of something that I talked about a little bit earlier, where I don't know if Solana is a good thing for our ecosystem. We don't have a choice in it. It's here and it's not going anywhere. But this is the kind of thing that starts getting created with Solana. And it was a token that was created. It ended up getting to a $500 million, $500 million market cap. And then everybody just rug pulled it. Pulled all the value out of it, took all the ETH or the Solana away, sold the Solana, and so it was just a big scam. She may end up going to jail over it yet, so we'll see what happens with that. But she was one of the ones that was rug pulling this, and it's bad. It's bad for crypto. And dare I say that there is a U.S. president that created coins that on the Solana network that is a similar kind of scam. Boy, posting that one up there on some of the cryptocurrency forums, other than like our own little thing, did I get into a flaming match with some people? Holy moly. But I'll tell you what, I have not seen one instance where BNUTZ can't top everyone. Like, he makes mincemeat out of these people. So I just copy whatever they say back and say, hey, what do you think about that? And then I just send back what he says, because it's pretty damn good most of the time.
I'm just looking at the Coin Go Live and their
Coin Go Live?
Yeah, Ethereum's 208% away from its all-time high.
Holy crap! Just to say that again,
208%.
Ethereum is 208% away from its all-time high.
Yeah.
Oh my God! There you go, and that's the second best crypto, people. That is the best altcoin.
Wow.
But we have a major top 100 rug pull this week. Is Mantra. You know,
Yeah.
We dumped 80%.
Not so
That's crazy.
The top 100. So
I know.
even the majors can get.
Anybody can get rug pulled. That's why you buy Bitcoin. Really.
Haley
So-
Welch is the.
Haley Welch, HAWK 2. Oh my. Okay.
Fun girl.
Okay, so anybody heard about the Russian-based crypto laundering operation? They were bypassing sanctions and still making deals and buying and selling and, you know, moving their oil all through crypto.
Well, Putin said that some time ago, that they
Yeah.
could accept Bitcoin for payments in oil payments.
But this is the exchange that was doing was called Garantex, and they've got sanctions against them now, and there's 84 arrests that are going to happen through that whole thing. It won't stop Putin. I mean, he'll find other ways, but these guys, he probably said to these guys, hey, you know, I'll send you a couple $1 million. Just take care of this for me. They go to jail. He just goes, I don't know what you're talking about. All right. And let's see now, crypto sports explosion. So we're starting to see crypto get into sports now. And one of these ones that came up is the golf. $10 million BTC match. It's the top prize is $10 million in BTC. I think that's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Pardon me?
What sport did you say?
Golf.
Oh, golf.
Yep. Yeah. And it's a funded golf match between Rory McIlroy and Bryson DeChambeau. I don't know. DeChambeau? Okay. DeChambeau? It was a marketing smash.
There's a playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A playoff at the Masters.
Yeah, so, and that's $10 million prize. And that's, crypto's starting to hit that kind of thing now. You're starting to see these kind of things go on there. All right, so now I can go to the next one. Market outlook. So, what's gonna happen? That's where we are now, right? What's gonna happen? So April, we're looking at a range between about 85 and 126K USD. Some of these things are gonna be what happens based on the world and, you know, what happens with Trump and the tariffs. And a lot of these are gonna be very, very specific towards how that goes. But, you know, we could be looking at $168,000 Bitcoin before the end of the month if this goes really well. If it goes bad, 126,000 is still pretty good considering right now we're at about 118. So we're not looking at any real bad things going on with Bitcoin right now. So it's a good time, you know, if you want to, if you're comfortable, it's a good time to be leveraging in. You're not in a risky scenario right now. And May, we're looking at around 90,000 to 108,000 USD, about 120 to 144,000 Canadian. And that's pretty nice for 1 month. Now, of course, that's bullish, and if the macro trends stay, if everything keeps going well, and you know Trump doesn't give us another round of I don't know what, but yeah, then we'll be okay. And I thought I put some of these in there. I guess I forgot. Okay. All right. It's all good. So final takeaways. Bitcoin dominates and volatility equals opportunity, especially the altcoins may keep crashing, but Bitcoin right now, there's opportunity in it. And altcoins, they need utility. So the ones out there that have a real use case, like for instance, like crypto.com, that's one of the ones I've talked about before, and I still have a tiny bit on there, moved most everything off, but crypto.com, they have a use case, they have an app, they have a credit card, they have things people are using it every single day. So that's an altcoin that makes sense. Some of these altcoins that are like, you know, whiskey altcoin, whatever, that come up just a huck too, these kind of ones, man, they are going to tank bad, and it's going to be a continual bloodbath with those kind of altcoins. So you want to kind of stay away from those. And regulatory clarity is coming, and it's coming for everybody. It's coming for Canada, it's coming for US. We've already seen major changes in AML and KYC rules in Canada. You can no longer get, you may have noticed if you've gone to the bank and asked for more than $1,000, you're going to have to fill out forms. We're going to be like locked down pretty tight on cash here for the next little while, and not likely to change anytime soon. So
We can't use cash in a lot of places.
yeah, some places are refusing to take cash.
You know, when we were down south at the RV park, all they take is credit card. You can't use, even if you want to go buy a $2 burrito, you have to use your credit card.
Yep.
For everything.
I think that's that within the organizations as well. Employees.
Exactly. Yep.
So it's their only way of protecting
It's true.
money going directly into their account.
We did find though a lot of retailers, they are accepting Bitcoin now. Like there was where we went to go get the brakes
Yep,
done,
yep.
they accepted Bitcoin.
It's starting to happen.
And Tattoo Parlor was taking Bitcoin. So it's slowly happening, not the big chains or anything, but the smaller independent companies
Right on.
are starting to.
Getting there.
It's nice to see.
There's a used car dealership in Winnipeg, Watt, that accepts cryptos.
Oh, really?
Not-
Not?
really?
Oh, N-O-T-T?
LOTT.
L-O-T-T.
Oh,
Not, not.
N-O-T-T.
They're on.
Not.
No, oh, NOTT, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they accept cryptos.
That's cool.
Well, and they've got lots of luxury vehicles.
They do. They have high-end vehicles.
Yeah.
Isn't there a realtor here in Winnipeg that takes your down payment in crypto?
Really?
Was somebody from.
I never heard.
I don't know.
I don't know if they're still
Okay.
doing that or not, but there was.
So it's starting to.
It's starting to come along. It's slow.
So, just to rehash, the regulatory clarity, it's going to be painful, but it's going to be good. It's going to make things more normal. It's going to be like, crypto will be an everyday thing, and hopefully, if you stick with Bitcoin and not CBDCs, it'll be valuable as well.
Government bullshit.
Less government bullshit, exactly.
No regulation.
And again, we're still really early. If you zoom out and look at this whole thing, we're still really, really early. Adoption hasn't happened. Even though it's been a long time, adoption hasn't happened yet. Once,
We're only 10 years in.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Really, the internet's still changing.
exactly. So this is the chart. Might be a little hard to see, but basically it tells us some of that stuff that I talked about earlier. If you want to walk up and look at it or take pictures or whatever, it's all fine. BTC USD price. That's the blue line there. And the 30-day moving average is the orange one. And you'll notice that we were below the 30-day moving average, and now we're above it, almost the whole line all the way through to the end. And then the 90-day is, well, we're still not good on the 90-day. We're still really low, but it's looking like we're gonna, I mean, if you look at the way it's going on the chart at the end here, it's looking like it's a pattern that we've seen before, and it's gonna go right back up. So probably, again, the 3 to 6 month range, you're gonna see some pretty major movement, probably back over that $100,000 US range within the next 30, 90 day kind of thing, if everything goes well and no catastrophic news happens. And this is one that I did up just kind of for fun, because, I was harping on Bitcoin a lot here, but there's a real reason for that, because this circle represents all of crypto. So basically what I did is December, January, February, and March. That's 4 months of crypto. The circle represents all of the cryptocurrencies. The blue section is just Bitcoin. The purple section is Ethereum, and BNB is yellow, Solana is the green one, and the gray part is just all the others jumbled in there because there's just too many. I just did the top 5 because you would end up with slivers that are so small you wouldn't even be able to see them. But interesting, if you look at this, okay, we're at Bitcoin 50%, December. We go to January, Bitcoin still at 50%, but now we're at 1.05 trillion in valuation. We're at 1 trillion valuation in December. We're at 1.05 trillion valuation in January. And Ethereum went up in its percentage up to 18.1. Bitcoin didn't change, right? Solana 3.5 to 4.8, and BNB 4.0 to 4.3. So the top 5 are still gaining with the total market value. We go down to February now, and we start seeing some of the other coins gaining just a little bit. And interestingly enough, Bitcoin starts dropping a little bit. Drops down to 46.3% and a 0.95 trillion market capitalization. Solana now up to 5.4, and BNB up to 4.9, and ETH drops. That's where it comes from. It comes from one to the other. So it goes down from ETH down to 17.6. And then on the final one on March, we're looking at 44.8% Bitcoin, 6% on Solana, 5% BNB, 16.9% Ethereum. Again, the others are drawing from Ethereum, and that's why Ethereum has been tanking a little bit. And the other coins now are at 27.4%.
Any theory on what's driving Solana's market share?
Yeah, Trump. Trump coin and Melina coin. I mean, what do they have now? 500 billion market cap? Yeah, 500.
I don't know if it's there now, but that's where,
Yeah, 500 billion. I mean, like,
I just wanted to
lots of them are his.
reiterate where we were this day 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago. That's nice. Yeah.
So Bitcoin was 27,000. Yeah.
2 years ago, Bitcoin 27,000 US. Oh my lord.
1,800. It's actually down from 2 years ago.
Yes, Ethereum's down.
Ethereum. Solana's up like crazy. It's it was
Yeah, it was
$20.
so
That
cheap.
was just the
20
beginning of
bucks.
Solana.
I remember.
XRP at 46 cents. So, I mean, $27,000 in 2 years up to we're at 85 right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why we're kind of bullish on Bitcoin. Because, I mean, look, it's
Year
not.
back and we're almost 100% up.
Yeah, and it's not releasing its total value in the whole ecosystem. That's the thing. I mean, yeah, it's coming down just a little bit, but most of the others are seeing some growth, but not the stability that Bitcoin has. And Bitcoin, 0.9 of $1 trillion. So,
Trump coin has a market cap of 1.5 billion. Is it?
1.5 billion, it was 500 million I was thinking, not 500 billion, 500 million. So it has 1.5 what?
Billion.
It's 1.5 billion, the Trump coin now, as a market cap.
Okay.
So yeah, who do you think has most of that?
7
And what's the Melina coin worth now? That'd be an interesting one to check out. Because Melina released her coin at the same time as Trump. So that's kind of funny. Just like, let's make some money from that crypto thing.
The Kamala coin died.
Yeah, I can see that one.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Okay, so final toast. I asked BNUTZ to give us a toast, an Irish kind of toast for crypto. To Bitcoin over banks, to sats over cents, to freedom over fiat. And here's a drama to freedom, Solange to crypto, and a fiery curse on fiat.
Cheers.
Cheers!
So Melania coin market cap is 222.29 million.
222 million.
Yeah.
Wow. Even that though.
Trading at like 41 cents.
But even that.
Coin is trading at 7.
What value? There's no value. It's a meme. It says Melina. That's what you get. Okay. So I think that's it. That's all I got for you. Anybody need you want a Wonder Bar?
Sure.
Anybody? You need one.
Stacy, deep state norms coming. I need to start up on that.
Well, you said you're
Yeah.
late. Make sure you bring candy.
Ready? Ready? Anybody else?
Sure.
I'm not looking what you get. You're just getting what I grab. Okay, everybody else?
Happy.
Oh, you ready for one? How about you, Stace? You want one? Okay. Anybody else? Everybody's got one? What about you, Peter? You want a crispy crit?
This way.
It's a long one. I can do it. Oh!
Totally ignoring you, Wayne.
Throw him one. I had to steal from
Oh!
neighbor.
There you go. All right. That's cool.
Starving you.
Yeah, that's great.
Solana puzzle. Yeah.
What's the question? Is it a question that we have to answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm working on that.
23.
23.
I was guessing the answer.
You got it.
Got here.
How'd you know?
Smart man.
I'm hanging on Adrian. All this psychic stuff was coming off on me, and it's kind of like pouring like it's a shit.
Okay. Closest to the May forecast. All-time bullish.
Say that again, sorry.
Who can say the Bitcoin, what Bitcoin will be as per BNUTZ projection for the May forecast in the ultimate bullish in Canadian dollars?
144,000 Canadian.
Oh, you got it.
Oh.
You get an ETH token. Look at that. He was. I thought he was snoozing, but he was listening. All right. All right. Now, May forecast in US dollars, the lowest for a.
78,000.
Nope.
95.
You got it. You have a very nice air freshener for you.
Does it say Bitcoin?
It does. Bitcoin logo, see?
Look, you can give away some of this.
Yeah, I know. We got to give away some more stuff.
A sock?
One sock.
One sock.
It's good for Christmas.
Maybe that's your laundry.
No, this is stuff that Betty got. Swag that Betty got. Okay.
This is a size large. What size do you have?
Okay, this is a good one. April target range
This is a large.
in US dollars. The highest US dollars in April target range.
94,000.
US?
Yeah. 92, wasn't it?
The highest, not the lowest.
112.
Anybody else?
111.
115.
114.
114.
142, too high.
101.
All right, you won. You were the closest. All right, let's see. Now, April target range in Canadian dollars, April now, that's like this month, the highest it could go.
144.
Oh,
167.
No, I got a
oh, you're very
photo
close.
insurance.
Oh, okay.
182.
I think you gotta give him something better than that.
I got no
Okay, Brock one.
No, I have one already.
socks.
Everything already.
You don't have socks?
Don't fit me.
What do you mean socks don't fit
My
you?
Bitcoin socks don't fit me.
Get out of
This is no,
That's blockchain.
okay.
How about some stickers?
How about an air freshener for your car?
No, I don't like it.
No? It smells pretty
Some
good.
pens?
Did you want to pull it up?
Anybody need an air freshener? Anybody have a stinky car? No? They smell good.
They do.
Smells like
Okay.
What else?
So-
We got some socks happening here.
Bitcoin smell like.
These are really nice socks, actually. I have a pair.
Okay, what is Bitcoin's market percentage, is it gone? Yes, it's gone, for March of 2025?
50%.
49 something?
Over here. What'd you
The
say?
highest without going over.
6,
Nobody's got it yet.
56%.
46.
It's 44.
Oh, for April. I'm sorry. I lied to you.
What did we get?
April was 46 or something.
You still won. You still won.
You're a winner.
Winner, winner.
You can be wrong and win.
Does anybody not have a pair of these socks? Because they're really good. I
Okay.
quite like them. No? Everybody has a pair?
I'll take them. No, that's,
Oh, I think there's another pair, Wayne. Just a minute. I don't know. They might not stretch that big.
So we'll have a little break, eat some popcorn, and then, we'll do our picks and talk and chat and all that kind of stuff. And
Does anybody not have this t-shirt?
gotta save some stuff for next time.
I have lots of stuff. Do you want it?
Internet.
Bring it back once you read it. We'll give it to someone else.
I see Peter. Where?